Back in the Legends Playground. Nice little stop with the GWS theme song on here. Okay then. We got the Giants, we got the Cats. I don't know which home. I think it's Geelong home game. I think so. We do also have it with the nice little coin toss in terms of who gets player 1 right. It's been given to Geelong because of coin toss. And you know what? We would come in saying that means that they're automatically going to win. But
here we go.
Maybe not. You know what? Maybe not. Just maybe for the people who watched the previous game first on the YouTube, if they checked out the Melbourne Freo, they might find that maybe that's not always the case. Oh, get rid of the Smith. That's going to be over with Green.
Throws it on the boot.
Coming this way with Mr. Haynes. Let's see what we had. What did I say? I said that Geelong had player 1. We'll see how it goes. See how the game continues from here.
There's a bit of niggle in this one early.
But it was nice. The first game that we had today, like with the AFL game, over the past, I guess, couple of weeks, I had been finding my interest sort of going down and down, just because of
just shoveled it out.
It felt like it had become like too predictable for me. Like the enjoyment had just sort of gone away a lot, like quite a bit of it. But I was still able to sort of keep going through it. It's like I was going through the motions a lot. But the last game we had was actually really, really fun. So hopefully we can just have more of the same of that in here. That'd be great. I already know that coming into this game, I have like my expectations are a little bit have been a little bit shattered in that there is a little bit of a question mark of who's going to win. Actually, not really sure, which is good to see. It's just good to have that uncertainty here. Oh, that's not a good kick. Turnover. The Giants, who you come and get that too. Mr. Guthrie.
Ignoring the corridor for now. Stewart can keep it moving. That's skillful. The kick was ill-directed. He's besieged. Lloyd, Ash, closed him down. Green, well done. Kelly doing the grunt work.
Okay, we're going to have a ball up there. I'm not sure if I know what you're referencing when you're talking about the spelling of right.
He stopped the tracks. Myers wins it back.
Get rid of this one.
Kelly, what can he do with it? Daniels, Green, Lloyd, onto it. Duncan,
get rid of this.
Calm in a crisis.
Little kick.
He's been busy so far.
Go with Mr. Bradley Close. I will say that
Cameron met solidly.
Spelled the same but different meaning. Yeah, I know. That is always a thing with English language that never makes sense. Which is, why do we have words that can be spelt the same but mean things? Like, the logic of our language isn't exactly logical, you know? Kind of like, why is, like, it's like plurals. What are these language rules?
He's set upon.
He bit off more than he could chew there.
Oh, you're saying like, right, like the word right has 2 different meanings. Yeah, that is always a weirdness, how we can have one word spelt the same way, but be like 2 different words that mean something different in a different context. And then, coming in here, Mr. Dangerfield. Oh.
Putting his body on the line. The Giants have won.
Hey.
They've put themselves under pressure. Poor decision.
Coming to get that one. That's with the Giants. The little kick on into the 50.
How's the entry?
Hey.
Cadman is so strong one-on-one.
Mr. Game Breaker himself. Let's see what Cadman can do here. That's online, but it's not going to... Okay, well, it will score because he just wants to punch it over. Alright then. I mean, it pretty much was deliberate.
To bring it in. Canelio with the big fist.
Come get that ball. Nope. That's with Davies.
That'll work. Green
that way.
The pressure.
Oh,
Ward,
come on.
Sweeping
Who has it?
handball.
Get rid of that.
Camelio in the right spot.
Okay, that's going to be a
There's an
ball up.
argument for a free kick there.
I found myself, because I was, I'm thinking about the thing, I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking about how this sort of got brought on in this moment because I was watching, Family Watch The Boys, where I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about myself in terms of I've had interest watching things that would be in the nature of reality, where it's like history stuff and documentaries and just other things. But I also I also think about how now I'm in a situation where I find myself wanting to, I guess, go into these alternate realities, go into escape into like TV shows. You know, like I'm not really wanting to, like my mind isn't at a place to want to go look at other things that would be like quote unquote real. So like maybe like in the past I would have had interest looking at political stuff, right? But nowadays, like I don't want to go. I'm like my mental energy to do that. I'm like, no, I don't want that stuff. And it coming out this way. And I guess where I'm kind of heading towards with this, heading to by saying this, is kind of how we as humans I think we overrate how much we care about authenticity. You know, I'm basing that on experiences that I feel like I've seen of myself and of others. Going here with the Myers, in that we very much are not about the authenticity, because we love our scripted shows, our TV shows, and our fiction books. We love stepping into those worlds and just picturing stuff in there, and we know it ain't real. We're like, oh, this ain't real stuff, but we sure want to be in it. We sure want to be looking around at it. We want to pay all the monies to actors whose whole entire jobs are about pretending to be something they aren't, and conveying that to us. Like, we're definitely, I don't think that we can say that we really care all that much about the authenticity of ourselves and of other people. When we spend so much time glorifying the fictional worlds and stuff. I am included in that. We got the Hawkins, and I think just about everyone is. Like, how many people do you reckon feel like their favorite thing to watch is a documentary, like a history documentary? You know? Oh, you want to bring it over there? Where all they want to do is look up current events and look up stuff on history and say what's happening in the world today. I don't want those. You know, a lot of people like that. That their favorite thing to do, and I don't just mean favorite, I mean all they will want to do is, like, they never want to go watch a TV show. They never want to go read a fictional book. All they want is things, and they say, I just want things that are completely within the world as I know it. And it could be true. Maybe you do know a lot of people like that. But if we're looking at, if we're sort of like putting a prediction on the world and saying, in general, what do people like? I think the fact that we are able to give so much, that actors get so much money, I think sort of proves that in general, not really true. For the general public, Mr. Holmes.
The Cats have come to play and are threatening to open up a decent gap on the scoreboard.
Alright then.
Kicks at goal.
It's going to be there. There you go.
Now keep getting this kind of supply.
You say not never, but people you know would like to prefer the most realistic thing.
Smashes it out of there.
Because I already like moved on in my thought, I feel like trying to rewind and remember exactly what I said can be difficult for me. But was I talking about people's... Like, I feel like I would have probably mentioned it in both ways of the people who maybe have it as like their favorite thing, their favorite subject. But I think in my mind I was thinking about how many people are there who will like refuse to watch a movie that is fictional based, that you know what I mean? I get rid of that one. I feel like that would have to be so incredibly rare.
That's unusual. Attracted a crowd.
You might want to get rid of that one. You're good. So it's possible that the player one advantage is back. That Geelong have this lead going on right now. Honestly, I feel like mentally I tuned out of the game and and then like a minute later suddenly Geelong are up by 5 goals. Like I don't even know what happened there. Would I play any porn games?
Cameron fighting tooth and nail not to give up a goal. The Cats look like scoring every time they go forward. Bruce with a deft tap.
I'm not going to go into types of porn games or anything. I don't even know that I have.
Dangerfield leading from the front.
As I think about it, like create your own story stuff.
To ensure that they don't cough up a late goal.
Bruce wins the tap. He's running.
I mean, I don't really want to go into like the types of things that I do in my business over there, but create your own story stuff. I don't think that's something I've ever done.
The Giants will be relieved to hear the siren because they'll get the chance to reset. They've got their work cut out for them to get back into this one. Gary's with us again. What's on your mind, Gaz?
The Giants need to turn things around this quarter.
Hey, we got Mr. Dangerfield. Let's see there. Handball with that's GWS. Okay, so I guess we're looking for GWS to hopefully be able to get a couple of things going. Get rid of that.
There's effort and there's absolute effort.
Couldn't agree more, Gary. Thanks for that. Bruce wins it. Holmes.
Remember with the Geelongs. Mr. Holmes inside. Okay, you got. Get rid of that one. Mr. Perryman.
Stanley.
Stanley. Coming up there. We want to get it to early, Henry. Nope. With the. Okay. One of y'all might want to get like a clean kick going away, or even a handball.
That's not ideal. Stewart wins it back. Great mark.
Kick down there. Oh.
Kick. Ward.
It got to him.
The mark. Rowan. They're playing with purpose.
Hey. Ollie Henry. Handballs. Man on the run. Brian Myers gets the goal.
Just needs to finish. Finish he does.
Have I ever farted so bad that I pooped myself? No. I think I've probably had times where I was like nervous that might happen, but no, it never actually happened. I don't think so anyway. Nothing that I can like remember. I want to get rid of that one. Get the little kick. Marked. Nope, over the top. There you go. Oh, that's not what you wanted. But okay then.
Just needed to be a bit more composed in front of goal. That's a let off.
Yeah, let's see what you got, Nick Haynes, when it comes out that way. Mr. Dangerfield. Oh, that's not what you wanted. Not what we were looking for. Dangerfield goes back into the 50. Have I ever had hiccups and cough at the same time? I don't actually remember if that's ever been a thing. I actually can't. So I guess I kind of have to say no. Just because I'm going to say I don't know. Oh my god, Cameron actually got a goal. Is he kind of back? Giants, it'd be great if you could actually kind of do something. It'd be good to see. We thought maybe from the last game that the curse might have been broken. It was, but it might be back.
He's everywhere at the moment.
The player 1 to 2 curse might be back.
Stanley. The Giants have no answers. Davis clears the area. Himmelberg, not good.
Have I recently pissed my pants?
Saving tackle. No way through there, and they'll reset.
I don't know the last time I did that.
He stopped in
Oh, come get rid of that one.
Runs in and
Hey, there's a little goal. I'm not even sure the last time I would have done something like that. What was I talking about? I was talking about like authenticity stuff. I remember that. I remember I was talking about, oh, want to get rid of this one.
It's a hot footy.
Bring it out there.
Called for that. Ward, Kelly. It's hard to find a winner for them today.
You're saying you know your mind won't let you do that anymore? What, like piss yourself?
Stewart. They've had the better of the contest to this point.
Handballs.
Guthrie. That's a bruising tackle.
Oh man, okay, so wow, that's holding the ball. Let's just see what we can get with GWS, if anything. It'd be good to see, but I'm not sure we're going to get it.
Henry heads towards the half-forward flank.
Yeah, that's going to be out there.
Kick, and the umpire will throw it back.
How's it look down there, Gary?
It's not always as simple as win more ball and win the match, but it looks that way today.
Bruce slaps it out.
Okay, get the handball that way.
A bit of a panic.
Mr. Stanley.
Not sure
I feel like I was talking about authenticity, and I know that like in my mind, I'm like, that could be an interesting thing to talk about at some point of like, what does it mean to be authentic? Because
he put himself in the line of
you
fire.
gotta say no matter how many it gets.
He's caught.
Oh my god, I had to.
Looking to extend this margin. Green takes an excellent grab. Can they get something going? Himmelberg. No easy exit.
Gone. Caught napping in a dangerous spot.
Heads long towards goal. He's got the distance, but not the accuracy.
That's his first blemish. He's been kicking very well.
Haynes
okay,
goes
then.
towards half-back. Spud Frawley would have loved that one. Guthrie,
get the little kick on there. Gonna be with Cam Guthrie.
And good execution too. They're leading them a merry dance.
Mr. Smith
has a vice-like grip.
He'll expect to convert this.
Has he got enough on it? Haynes drops into the hole and cuts
little
that
kick
one
there.
Up. The Giants might be able to start something.
Bring us down here.
Them out
yeah, anyway, before I just had like a sudden headache. Just
it's a tough game.
Come on. I was like talking about how I think it could be interesting at some point to try and go through like what it was.
The Cats looking ominous. He's hit up the lead.
What
into the pocket
it would mean to actually be authentic. Like, what does that mean? Because people have like different ideas in that way. Please get rid of that one.
For the faint-hearted. We've got a whistle. Umpire's ball.
Got in this. So that could be something that at some point I get around to. It probably would be something where it just flows through my mind, and then I just say like half a thought on it, like I am now, and then just not revisit. Hey, Mr. Hawkins. So we have a 50-point game. Fantastic. Do you think anyone, I wonder if anyone watching the YouTube video of this would be around by now, or if they all would have gone.
Sometimes,
and just seem like, oh, player one's got it again. Bye-bye.
Haynes goes towards half-back.
Mr. Guthrie, handball there.
With kicking like that.
You're saying like what is normal? Oh.
Cameron. Stanley.
It's not the best. Oh, that's going to be off that.
Done enough?
They're doing plenty right, just not putting it on the scoreboard.
He's off.
Okay, coming outside.
Could be trouble.
Out the 50.
Ash gives the
come on, who has that? That's Blitz. Bruin. Holmes goes in there. We have no goals for GWS up to this point. Hopefully we can get something for him.
In the back pocket.
Oh, I remember how great it was.
Well played. His vision was excellent. What can they generate?
I remember how great it was when we had the other game and it was close and it was like, oh my god, play two might win.
That kick had nothing going for it.
The non-preferred lets him down.
And they're away.
Authenticity isn't about normal.
Cameron.
I wouldn't think so. Coming this way.
It's a dominant display.
Hey.
Stanley looms large as usual.
Well, there's one side working hard at the moment, and the other side just sitting
Right.
back waiting
Mr.
for the
Stanley.
team to do the
You're
work.
saying like what is normal? Like normal is just doing what most people do.
You'd
That's
think
just
you'll
normal.
get this. You'd be wrong.
An ugly-looking scoreboard should probably be looking even uglier.
Danger here.
Like that's not to say that what the
Leaves
people
it
are doing
behind. Broom
are
gathers on
like
forward
good or
flank.
bad or anything.
Can run with the
It would
foot.
just be like,
Claps him underneath
oh,
to the 10.
this is what most
Goes
people do. It's
goalward.
normal.
And he's off
Like
target.
that's just all that. That's just what that means. Like, is there like a different idea on what that could mean?
Brings it back in.
Handball out that way.
Keep it moving. Buckley. Hurried kick goes very wide.
Mr.
That's
Atkins.
an uncharacteristic mistake. The Giants are under siege.
Okay.
Hawkins takes the mark and can extend the margin.
You'll have to give it
So
a
Tom
ride
Hawk
to get it
has
home
3
from
goals
there.
up to this point. He's going for number 4. And let's go.
Impose himself on the
Oh, he didn't
back.
even make it.
Haynes ensures
All right
that
then.
4-0
Little
comes
kick
to
on there.
nothing. Good looking kick. Whitfield on a lead. They've got time to
Yeah,
put
like-
the kettle on. It must
Yeah, you're
be
saying that like in
worth
my
it.
eyes, I would do something that I think is normal, but some people wouldn't think it's normal. Right.
Winners everywhere.
Coming in there. Like it's just like
They're cutting
like our
the
ideas of
rivers.
normal is just based on our
Wins the
perspective
contest, hands down.
on like what range are we saying? Like how many people in the world are we? What's like our pool size in terms of that we're pulling from?
That's not going to come.
To say this is what normal
The
people
Cats are
do.
their own worst enemy at the moment.
Coming to bring it in. The kick was
Come off the
centimetres
ward.
perfect. The Giants
Nope.
have got out
Kick
of
down
time.
there.
Kelly.
Go with Kelly. Little chip
This
out
is more
there.
positive.
Handball.
Ward. The Cats guarding the
Hey, oh.
and we'll have
Right.
a throw in.
Dominating the disposal
You're saying it's
count
kind of
doesn't
the same on
always
what
translate
people
the
think is
scoreboard,
good and
but it is
bad.
today.
Right. Yeah, like the ideas on like what people think are good and bad. Like we all have like our
They'll sweep this ball
different
forward.
perspectives
The Cats are good
based
with
on
their
ourselves.
hands.
What will
He'll feel that one.
get
Ward,
rid of that.
Ward, feeling the heat. That's sloppy
over here.
play, and it could come back to bite.
Mr. Guthrie.
Kicks to space. Misses the target.
Okay, that's going to
and
be a
it's
throw
out
in
of
there.
play.
Gary, what's caught your eye?
Will they look to sit on this lead or try to extend it late in the quarter?
Bruce wins it. Home. He's besieged. Myers. Dangerfield.
Go out
Getting
this
their
way.
handball game
I remember
back.
like I had like a little thought prior, like not that long ago.
This'll
Like
be
as I was
another
playing
one.
this game,
Oh, they
about
can
wanting to
do
talk
it.
about being careful of like.
Them up, and right now they have no answer
I'm
to be
not
honest.
talking about that.
Cats go on their merry way.
About
Cornelio.
genre
Will the umpire play
on
a free kick?
porn.
Sloppy
I
disposal.
remember
And a
the
turnover.
handballs that
He'll
way.
be sore in the morning.
Go down here.
Henry.
I remember wanting to talk about being
Giants
careful of
are
like
really
people's
out of the pump here. Hogan wins it back. Great mark.
like
Ward,
them giving
good
advice to you.
He's
Is it
wrapped
is
up.
the question too personal?
Whitfield.
It's not about it being
Panic
too
in front of
personal.
him.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean by too personal. It's just
Dropped
something
the
I
crowd,
just
and the umpire agrees.
They're
rather not talk
bloodthirsty
about.
today. Smith.
Going in here,
They've
nope.
got winners all over the park. Stewart.
Mr. Stewart
Heads
towards the
full
square,
forward.
just
Time
off
for
it.
Crummers to go to
I
work.
thought the last round was like meant to be
Rocked over, and now they
Aboriginal
can
round.
reset.
He's off.
So is it just like doing it 2 in a row?
Brings it back in. That sums up their day.
Like, am I not comfortable with the
Another
subject?
forward
Well, like
50
at this
entry.
present moment, I'm not.
Takes a beauty.
The Cats with a late chance.
Gonna be Mr. Cameron.
Drop punt. Looks
Hey,
good.
that's gonna be a goal for him. Very nice.
5 goals for
Like,
the
I do
Forwards.
find that
Certainly earning their
there can be a difference in terms of if the subject is being
But it
brought
surely
up
is.
by me versus if it's being brought up by someone else. There's a
Should have had
difference
the
in
riot
that.
act read to them at half-time. That first half was nowhere near acceptable. They were second to the ball, didn't apply enough pressure. and
Go with the
even looked
Geelongs.
disinterested at
Mr.
times.
Stanley.
Irrespective of the result, there's plenty at stake for them in the second half.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Gary.
Got a little kick done there.
Harassed into an error.
Yeah, that's gonna
It's
be
an
with
exhibition
Myers.
in how to
Handball.
give the ball back. Henry.
Mr. Henry.
I've liked his game today. Cornelio intercepts. Playing for pride now.
Go
Whitfield.
kick that
They'll
way.
take the patient
It's gonna be Ash.
Wanting to get on with the job.
Okay, so GWS haven't even gotten a goal up to this point. Let's see what happens there. It's going to be with Callahan going the 50.
The non-preferred. Hogan, desperate
Do I act differently around a large group of
a chance to clear now.
people, or what? Do I think I act differently around a large group of people? I'm never around a large group of people.
They'll compete
So,
inside the
and
50.
yes, I think we all do. Like, people can talk about. There might be people who say I act the same way no matter where I'm at. I think that's bullshit. Complete bullshit. Get rid of this one. Because you're always in a different scenario. No matter where you are, no matter what the people are.
He didn't break stride. Met solidly.
You're saying why not just be yourself? Why put on a show? This kind of comes to the idea of like talking about authenticity, in that I kind of think no matter, like, we can have ideas on, oh, this is what it means to be authentic, but we're always putting on a show. We're always doing stuff to be like, oh, in this environment, I'm comfortable being this way, this part of myself, showing these parts here and there, but maybe not these other ones. But maybe if the situation was different, maybe if there were like different amount of people, maybe it's different people, maybe it's the same type of people, maybe it's the exact same people, but maybe instead of you're in the daytime, maybe you're in the nighttime, and you're in like a, maybe someone's in a club instead of like at like a work or something, you know? Then they start acting a bit different based on the situations. Like there's definitely, come get rid of this one.
Hogan, what can he manufacture?
Mr. Callahan.
Towards full forward. Duncan wins the
It's going to be Duncan
and
there.
can relieve the pressure. Out wide with the kick. We're watching.
Are you saying that then I would be considered fake?
Kelly runs on.
Coming in here. No, that's going to go out that way.
Forehand pass there, and we've got a throw in.
Gary, what's caught your eye?
The Cats are employing a very simple formula. Win the ball, keep the ball.
Not you
goal.
people in general.
I think today is more about
right.
rather than how poor the opposition.
No, come get rid of that one.
He's run into trouble.
The thing is I'm not even sure if it's like I'm not even sure how to read into it exactly in terms of how we're like, oh, this is like a fake thing, because it's like,
should be able to answer in the
or are they like working on something? Because the idea of authenticity, like my best guess right now, is that the idea of authenticity is just about consistency. Of like, oh, if you just do something enough times, like it's authentic. That's just kind of what you do, you know? And the idea of like, oh, you're being fake right now. I remember talking about it a bit with like this game here, like footy. I'm naturally more right-handed, like I'm right-hand dominant. But if I start doing things with my left hand, am I like a fake, you know? Or like, am I like working on something? Am I trying to improve something on that?
They'll contest in the center square. Close.
You're saying if you're not being yourself, it would cause people to be less comfortable around. It would cause you to be less comfortable around other people. I think we're always being ourselves. Like, regardless of what we're doing, like, how is it possible for us to not be ourselves? Like, the idea, I think, kind of goes to what I'm talking about, is like the consistency in which the way you're acting. So it's like, if you're doing something that isn't like overly consistent to what you're used to acting in the way, like, it's going to be more uncomfortable for you probably because you're not as used to it. And the same goes for other people, of like, if you're acting in a way that other people aren't used to seeing you act, they might consider you fake because they're not used to you being a certain way. Coming this way.
Perryman. It's a tough game. Whitfield takes the hand pass.
Go with Ash. Come on, Giants. You can get something. Surely. No. The thing, like, if you're around a hot girl, some guys would want to seem like they are tough and alpha male.
Slaps it out.
Yeah, they would.
This is great pressure footy. Almost an accidental intercept. No easy exit. Canelio.
Coming this way. Like, that person's, I guess, brain chemistry or whatever is like, because the new situation has popped up, they see the hot girl and they're like, Oh my god, I can be, like, the parts in their brain say that start acting in a different way. But, go over here. Like, I don't even know if, is that even fake? Or is it, they see the girl, so then because they see that, they start acting in a different way? Because the circumstances has changed. Coming this way, and it's just highlighting a different part of their brain that being in a group of just guys wasn't doing that. I don't even know if that's fake or if it's just being horny.
Atkins fumbled it like a cake of
Get rid of that one.
Gotta get it on quickly.
Go here, Mr. Lloyd. Oh no.
Tooth and nail not to give
You're saying so like every time you're around that particular person, you have to pretend to be someone that won't know how to act alone or stuff. Oh, come get rid of this one.
Ash runs onto it, heads for the pocket. Dangerfield. Out of the
well, you know the idea of fake it till you make it. It's like there is truth in that. Of like if you act in a certain way and you keep getting, it's like a habit. At first it feels weird, but then if someone just keeps, if you just keep acting in a way and you start getting used to it, then as you keep doing it, it will become feeling more natural to you. So this way. Oh.
Wins it back.
Get rid of that.
Tackle was coming. Lloyd. Daniels. It's a hot footy. That's a bit of a waste.
Like there's definitely it can be hard for, it's something that I feel like I'm trying to understand over time about the ideas of authenticity and if it's actually possible to be fully authentic in whatever situation you're in. Or like how much of the things that I do today are things that are quote unquote authentic and how much of it's just built up experiences. So when I enter a new situation, maybe I'm likely to just do what I'm used to doing. If I enter a situation that is unfamiliar to me, am I going to act perhaps a little bit differently? And is that fake? Is that me just having a bit more of an uncomfortable, just acting different to try and fit within the surroundings? It's like I'm just saying words at this point, and at some point I'll say something and then be like, eureka moment.
Lost his radar there.
Eventually I'll have a eureka moment as I just say things. It's like digging through hay to find the needle in the haystack. Just say words, just throw shit at the wall, eventually something will stick. That's how we learn. We just throw shit at the wall.
He's off.
Get the kick out there.
Haynes to bring
you got this. Oh. Okay, we get the kick on there.
Really a good kick.
Oh, handballs.
Lloyd.
Over here.
That play should have resulted in a shot at goal. Atkins.
Mr. Atkins.
Delivers. Myers. They've picked their way through. The Cats have winners everywhere.
Fancy his chance.
If someone said that they hated a certain food, I think you're really underestimating just how little I talk to people. When you're bringing up social situations. But if someone said that they hated a certain food and that it's nasty, would I just say, oh yeah, I don't like that either? It really depends on the circumstance. Like if someone had a gun to my head and said, this is a horrible food, do you agree? I'd probably be like, oh, yeah, that's really bad. Like, it would sort of depend on like, what do I think? Like, is there,
can he hit a target?
like in my mind, as I analyze the situation on it, do I end up coming away feeling like there's a threat to me being on it? If I say something like my honest, of being like, this is what is my quote unquote honest stuff and feelings on the situation. What are like, would I just say it no matter what happens?
Stengel, one step ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a situation that comes up where I would just agree with them, but I don't know what that is.
Kennedy, He's been dispossessed.
Run down. Great chase.
Like if it was someone you're trying to press, not saying just me, but people in general. Oh, people in general. I'm
Stengel under pressure, kicking for his first.
That was a promising build-up.
I mean, I think it's just going to depend on the situations. Like, if you're in a business environment and your boss says something, like, how many people are going to disagree with the boss? And how many of them are just going to be like, yes, boss, that's correct, boss, you know? And it's like, their reason for doing it is they're looking at the environment and they feel like they're just trying to, they're trying to fit in because they want something from it. You know, they want to keep their job, basically. Or they're looking for maybe like whatever they're looking for. I feel like we as people are a lot more likely to say something that is inauthentic to ourselves than we probably give ourselves and other people credit for.
The Giants are really struggling to score so far, and the simple reason
bring it over here.
is that they're not winning enough ball.
Like, I don't think people really have a problem with fakeness in general, you know, because they'll just call it like a white lie, maybe. Can we have like more goals for GWS, please? But
the Cats have been wonderful. You have to feel sorry for their opposition. They've been obliterated.
You're saying you often see that a lot of guys try to say something in particular when you don't know when it
absorbs the pressure.
Handball out this way. Mr. Henry. Oh.
Kick despite the heat. No wonder coaches go grey. Holmes lays it off. Stanley.
Go off this way. Rowan's going to come get that. It's going to go into the 50. The man's on lead. That is with Stengel. You often see that a lot. You often see it a lot. Okay. Mr. Stengel. Like, some guys try to say they like particular things when you know that they don't. They're trying to impress someone. Right.
His field kicking is normally first rate. Not enough talk out there.
Okay, there you go. There's the throw in.
And a moment for the players to catch their
breath. Like, absolutely.
It's a dead set smashing on the scoreboard, and
like, you just think of like job offers, and people go to what am I trying to say? They go to an interview, and then they just try and say something because they're like, this person will like this thing, maybe, if I say something, you know? Come this way. Oh, a little handball there. Where are we at? We're at early fourth quarter. Very big margin here. We are back to the status quo in this game. Yeah. Love to see it. Oh, just love the status quo. It's great. How dare Melbourne upset that status quo earlier?
He's run into trouble.
You said if you feel like if you're just honest with yourself and others around you, that you would find genuine people that would love to be around you and always have, and you won't have to always have your guard up. I mean, there's always a possibility of that. However, when you're honest, like, there is a reason why in all of history people have learnt to be dishonest. It's because it works. Like, yes, it cannot work, but if it never worked, why would people do it? You know? Because for enough time to get out of an uncomfortable situation, we say something that just is going to appease us in the moment. Like, there is a reason we do this. We do the stuff we do. We don't just lie for no reason. You come in that way. A little kick gun. Oh. But if you're completely honest and you'd be like, oh, you can find genuine people, I think the idea that we want people around us that are completely honest in all of their thoughts, I think we overestimate how much we really want that.
Can anyone get to the drop zone?
Oh, come on. Come get that.
Crunching tackle. No wonder they're getting smashed. The catch.
Gonna be with Mr. Ward.
Wet sail. Can't afford to give it back in the corridor. Sets
You think
a
people
pass
seek
forward.
validation
It's
too
been
much?
that kind of day. Brings it out wide.
Maybe, but the reason that we would be seeking validation is that
That's good work, Ray.
that's how you get shit.
This
It's like
spells trouble.
people give stuff to each other in life based on if you like the other person a lot.
Territory.
That is like a very big reason behind it, of just like it's not like, you know, the idea of it's not what you know but who you know. Like that's definitely a massive part of it. We try and impress people with our intelligences and try and pretend to be smart, so then they look at us and say, oh my god, that person could be really valuable to us. Validate that man's personality right now, you know, validate that person's value. Like that's why we do it, because we have something that we think we want, and we try and put our best foot forward, our impressive foot forward. We try and look sexy to the peoples, of whatever that means.
You've got to be quicker than that.
Coming in here. Oh, Mr. Hawkins. You want to get a handball on that? Oh no.
The umpire will have
Like, if we're completely honest, that's going to lead to uncomfortabilities, and those might be uncomfortabilities. Like, there's a very good chance it is. The likelihood those uncomfortabilities might be something that a lot of people just don't want to deal with. You know, they're like, hey, I just want things to be little comfortable stuff around me, and how dare you? Why can't you just like act differently for my benefit? And that's what people do.
Daniels, it's no place for the faint-hearted. Ward.
That's gonna. You said that you can. I'm guessing you're saying that you can get stuff just by being yourself. That you would hate to marry someone from the start if it was all a show.
He's been quiet.
That's gonna be that way. Little, hey!
That's got to be a free kick. Took them on, didn't dispose of it correctly.
You don't get stuff because of how authentic you act. You get stuff based on other people wanting to give you stuff. It's like you're never going to get a job by being authentic, but you're always going to get a job by being something that the person hiring wants. You know? That's why people act it. And come get rid of that one. Mr. Blitz. That's not me really putting like a stamp on how good or bad it is. I'm just sort of saying I think that's just kind of how it is, you know? Get the little kick on there. That's Rowan. Like, I'm never gonna, like, on Twitch and YouTube, I'm never gonna get followers and other stuff that can come from it. I'm not gonna get that stuff based on how authentic I act. I'm gonna get that based on how much interest people who come and view this want to keep viewing it, and then want to keep, and then when it comes to the time when I might be able to get donations and stuff, it would require people having the interest for themselves. You know what I mean there? It's, oh, come get rid of that. That's going to be Mr. Whitfield. Guthrie. Can they get the goal in here? That is another one there. There we go.
Looking every bit of top 8 side at the moment.
Everything they've touched has turned to gold today.
Like, it's very easy for us to look around at other people and say, hey, you should just be more authentic. You should just be more yourself. But it's not actually advice we're giving to them for them. We're giving that advice to people for us. Because if other people act authentic around us, it gives us a better idea on if we actually want them around for us, but not for them, you know? That's why I was sort of wanting to mention about how it's actually dangerous listening to advice from other people, because they're not necessarily giving you advice for you. They're giving you advice for you to act in a way that is beneficial for them, actually quite a bit. Come get rid of this one. That's going to be a throw-in. Say you married someone that was everything you wanted from the start, and later down the line she kept that show going for so long and you hated everything about her. The only reason I would hate it is if the show that she's putting on is something that I don't like. Coming this way. If for whatever reason it is, like the reason that we hang around people isn't necessarily based on the authenticity they have. It's based on whether or not we feel like we can trust that these people around us are going to act in a consistent enough manner that is also pleasing. It's also a benefit to us, whatever that is. So we can have people in our life that right now are completely inauthentic for whatever they consider consistent for themselves, whatever they think their authenticity is. And we might have no idea because they do it in a well enough way that we feel some enough benefit to it to want to keep it around. But later in life, that could potentially change with that person. Oh.
It's becoming a training drill.
Got that one.
Ash just had to get it out. Henry gets in the way. Blitzers in the right spot. That's
like, I feel like I could argue that every person in the world is fake.
And it is.
Just because it's like, how many people completely how many people completely showcase all their inner thoughts to people all the time in all the situations that they have. It's going to be with Geelong. My voice is shot. Oh. If she put on a show and she started acting like herself later, and I hated it, yeah, but that's with the idea that I would hate it and be like, wow, this person really put on something. You'd be amazed at how many people say that's what's on their mind. And what? Coming up this way. It's going to be with GWS. You're saying I'd be amazed at how many people say their like honest feelings and stuff. Like, I think every person in the world, most of the time, will say their honest feelings and stuff because they don't see the negative repercussions, that they're not analyzing and saying this is going to have negative outcomes to them. Most of the time, that's going to be true. Like, we are always honest most of the time, no matter who it is. But then someone might just change a little bit later because they're like, oh, this situation's slightly different now, so it doesn't benefit me. Anyway, this game's done. Geelong won. We have another game now where a team didn't score 100. I mean, didn't even score 10 points. That's fun. So yeah, top goal scorers, we got Maxi Holmes and Dangerfield, both got over 50. Geelong players at the top for the marks. Alright then, so it was Hawkins with 4 goals, Max Holmes with 52, Holmes with 56, Dangerfield with 52, and Geelong, I really thought that maybe the curse was broken, but nope, the status quo is back. Player 1, an absolute demolition, 88 points, 97 to 9 over GWS.